Hey, thanks for tuning in. Episode 2 of the Commercial Vehicle Group Build. I'm building the MiniArt 135th Fruit Delivery Van. In the first episode, I built up the engine and chassis. In this episode, I complete steps 15 through 29. I already have a bit of episode 3 done, but thought this was a good place to make this chapter. Instead of filling the seam, I covered the whole muffler with Surfacer 500. It'll leave it with an uneven surface. You're seeing some parts early, but I've primed the exhaust in Mr. Surfacer 1500. I painted it aluminum and then burnt metal. I should have added the bumper and supports in the earlier step, before painting. The bumper is springy. I attached one side, and when dry, attached the other. I tacked the braces on with extra thin, then added some CA glue. It's a half-moon joint. I've CA glued it here, and still enough play for the muffler. Time to tackle the lower body piece. I primed with Mr. Surfacer 1500. I painted the underneath with Mr. Color Satin Black. I try to paint things in groups to save time. This is the first light coat of dark green RLM 80. This is the third coat, increasing in wetness. After inspection, I noticed some areas needed a deeper coat. I already applied a first light tack coat of Mr. GX 100 gloss with 75% Mr. Color Leveling Thinner. This is the second heavier coat, and this is after a third wet coat. My masking was subpar. It seems I have some overspray to deal with on the floor. Four indexing points to attach the chassis. It fell right into place. Perfect fit. I tacked it in with CA glue. The carpet monster ate one of the petals, so I had to recut one. I clean up the seam on tiny parts after I add them. Indexing here isn't great. You saw me paint this in semi-gloss black earlier. Adding the final touches. Before adding the more delicate pieces, I decided to attach the seat cushion. It's painted in dark green around the base and sky gray on top. Indexed in perfectly. I had to trim that square pin a bit first, it turned out. Might as well paint this now while I have the chrome out. There's no seesawing. I'm happy. Two notches on the floor for those pins. This is for the two tiny things that go on the dash. My eyes went plaid putting those together. Covering with gloss clear. Gives a nice glass effect. More overspray. I'll have to clean that up first. The clear piece will just sit in place after some fine adjusting. The pins are fairly small, but they do the job. Test fitting. This was me covering the cushions with sky gray, and the door panels as well. The instructions say to use clear piece 9, so I mindlessly cut that off. That might be for the salon version. You use piece 11 here. It dries very clear. This is the deck for the van. That's the spare tire holder. Positive fit there. Then the partition moves back right under it. I've put the steering column in, tacked it in right there. Last piece. I'll need to switch green colors on that little strip above the running board. I had to clean the contact points. Tight fit. Okay, so we're halfway through the group build, and I'm comfortably halfway through the van. I have most of the tire and panel painting all done for the next episode. Thanks for watching. Be well and happy modeling.